hometown near Dallas, from Austin, where he was the quarterback for Texas and was a program changer last year. And on first down, he'll hit for pass yards, passing touchdowns, and led this team to 10 wins for the first time since '84. There's the JUCO transfer.
Quarterback Shane Buechele.
On third down, it's McDaniel. Hammerheads across the 35. 159 yards, 3 TDs. The redshirt plan ended right there.
That's right.
Buechele will keep it. Ambushed. And taken down for a long. He was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10. There's McDaniel. Has the 40. And sidesteps out of bounds. 2 running backs, a couple of good ones. Xavier Jones and Kamen Freeman both moved on. McDaniel again, and he's across the 45. He's got a first.
Pieces around him.
Especially in a year when you have not had as much time and much practice time.
No question.
And a flag down. Sun seems to be peeking out as well.
At home,
game, offense, number 7, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
To contend with one-on-one. Really nice job in the defensive secondary there for Texas State, keeping the ball in front of them, making the tackle, and limiting yards after catch.
McDaniel motions out. Empty set. Here's the blitz. Buechele read it. Got rid of it. And he's got his tight end, Kylan Granson, galloping down the sideline. He's in for...
After reception, personal foul, blindside block, offense number 8. 15-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
6-yard touchdown catch by Granson, who had a 58-yard touchdown catch against Texas State last year. Now, this is a Bobcats defense that is thin. They only returned 4 starters. Of those 4, one of their top corners out for the season with a torn ACL. 2 of their top defensive linemen banged up. 1 is out, another not expected to play much. They'll try the draw, and Texas State all
really utilize the strength of Shane Buechele, and that's his deep ball.
And Robertson on the receiving end of many a deep ball last year. They'll check down. McDaniel. Canceled. 4th down.
Texas State.
Christian Taylor, the Texas Tech transfer, made the play defensively. Nagar to punt it away. Jamarie Shareed will let it bounce. Sione Tupu gets to stay in the game. Former UTEP minor, 2 years as a starter for UTEP. TJ McDaniel bounces to the outside, looking for the edge, and out of bounds near.
Things up for Shane Buechele down the road, but I like what I'm seeing up front. And
Except for that. SMU was terrific on 3rd downs last year. It was a struggle for Texas State defensively. Buechele's got time. And incomplete. Set it to music. The Marriage of Figaro. Let it play. Now, right now, both teams just out of sync. Maybe it's not having the amount of time you're used to. Maybe it's game 1, but from a synchrony standpoint, it's like a 3rd grader playing a recorder for the first time. Punt that time by Nagar.
The drop-off.
And Sonny Dykes has told me in the past, all these guys know each other. They played against each other. They played with each other. Buechele throwing to Page.
High school, they're very familiar with each other.
I remember talking to Shane Buechele last year, and I said, how many times do you talk about Texas high school football? His answer, all the time. Incomplete.
He's had to throw off balance, and he has not been very accurate to this point.
McDaniel picks up the first down, and then bump, but in the Sun Belt, actually, with App State, the Sun Belt champion. So he got a look at Texas State. Oh, Shane Buechele getting a real look at this defense.
Come from, and in doing so, they've got this SMU offense, particularly in the offensive line, on their heels.
Behind the chains again. Three-man rush. Buechele with a lot of time. Steps up. Finds Page.
SMU offense. Credit this defense for Texas State.
Shane Buechele, who can pooch punt, will attempt one here. And a fair catch is made inside of players. So they'll be backed up here. Back inside their own territory. First carry of the game for Ulysses Bentley that Freeman had last year. But Bentley certainly brings a skill set where he can take it to the house on any play. Buechele, 8 out of 10, 53 yards. Floats one downfield. It's hauled in by
one of the few times we've seen a three-man rush from SMU, from Texas State. It backfires on them there.
Bentley out of the backfield. And
defend vertically, and you got to defend horizontally, and you got to tackle premier athletes in space.
Second and 8. Here's the blitz. Bentley picked it up. Caught downfield and then dropped. Austin Upshaw. SMU calls a play. Bentley into the end zone. And a touchdown for SMU. So that was a fast review.
Very.
The call on the from the 6. Bentley again. Burst to speed, and he'll touch the Happy Isles. Ulysses Bentley with his first career TD.
Error that leads to the drive that puts points on the board for SMU is something Texas State cannot afford to do. They want to
knows how good your quarterback is. TJ McDaniel on first down. You only get to be average.
Tackles in the backfield.
The Bobcats today starting just one player. Jaron Morris, a cornerback who started last year. Nice run for McDaniel. He takes it all the way to
back. Nice gain on an early down.
McDaniel again picks up 5 more in the first half. Texas State bringing some edge pressure. Buechele downfield. Incomplete for Gray, who had his man beat. Bentley checks in a tailback here on third down. Mustangs 3 out of 6 today, 44% last year. Wide open, Rashee Rice, who really shined.
Passer.
A gain of 24. Now Bentley picks up 9, 2nd and 1. And play drive, something like 19 plays, took up 12 minutes of clock today. Bentley makes a man miss, and he's in again.
Little beat button. Memphis has their quarterback back in Brady White.
Buechele keeps it, faked out her cameraman. Out of our screen, close to the 33-yard line, 2nd down. Shane Buechele will throw here on first down, and it's right. Buechele down the seam. Gray with the catch in stride.
And they're behind him. It's the only place the ball could have gone.
Now Ulysses Bentley, who ran for a couple of touchdowns in the first half. Sonny Dykes when Dykes was the head coach at Cal. And Buechele was just a freshman at Texas.
Yep.
Upshaw, converted quarterback.
Lowers these guys a shot and an opportunity to catch the football.
Don't forget, Shane Buechele set a lot of freshman records at Texas before being beaten out by Sam Ehlinger later in his career. He's got time. Incomplete, too high for Granson. It's third down, Texas. He would drive to SMU to watch practice, get to know his teammates.
Yep.
Bentley with an opening and surges inside.
To see this offensive line start to come together for SMU.
Here's Bentley. Hit hard.
Just in pass coverage, but also in run support. He's going to be one of those guys. He's going to come up and smack you. Not very tall, can get picked on a little bit in coverage for some of these bigger targets on the outside.
His head coach calls him the scrappiest player on the team. McDaniel, stiff arm to the outside and in for a touchdown.
Touchdown SMU. 9-yard touchdown.
Buechele off the field, and they said during this downtime he's been the model citizen.
Yeah.
He doesn't leave his house unless he's going to practice or he's working out. He keeps his teammates accountable. He's become, in a very short period of time, the face of a program and the face of a rebirth around SMU. And for a different generation, they still remember when SMU wasn't just a school buried in a non-Power 5 conference. Braden Stringer, a Texas Tech transfer, checking in for Tupou. Zach Spavital, the D coordinator at Texas State, was the linebackers coach at Texas Tech previously and had Stringer there. Bentley split wide, 1st and 10. 3-man rush. And incomplete, looking for the run there.
They really have, and a lot of it's been because of pre-snap and post-snap looks that haven't made it easy for Shane Buechele.
Bentley, meanwhile, has a couple of rushing touchdowns.
Tight for them.
Buechele gets rid of it quickly. He's got Gray. Helmet comes off.
Personal foul, targeting, defense number 33. Previous plays under further review.
Tell is, does he get him with the shoulder
After review,
first?
Right.
The ruling of targeting on number 33 is confirmed. Number 33 is disqualified for the remainder of the contest. 15 yards will be added at the end of the run. First down.
And it'll be his next game, but he can remain on the sideline, which was not a privilege in the past.
Listen, I understand the deterrent element to this, but I've never agreed with having to sit out another game. Hey, listen, you participated in the foul. You've been ejected from the game. When the game ends, the next week should start.
So a first down after the penalty. And here's Rashee Rice. Speed buttons across the 40. And close to
Linemen out there making the blocks on those skill guys.
Buechele hit. Tipped and it's intercepted. Cornell Rogers. Finally tackled by McDaniel.
Plays, end up punting it right back. Now Texas State's got momentum. They've got confidence, and SMU's backed up.
McDaniel cut back and suplex. McDaniel again to the outside. Nowhere to go. Give this Texas State defense credit.
It takes a little bit of a late shot from a defender from Texas State.
Empty look on 2nd and 9. Buechele pumps. Has Rice. Got a nice block. Danny Gray sealing.
It's so difficult. I mean, tackling in space is a nightmare on defense right now.
Texas State slow getting set. Bentley close to midfield. The issue, there was no immediate recovery in the aftermath of that fumble. Buechele downfield, completes to Robertson, right reaching, and he's in for 6. To Robertson, which was the big connection a season ago on the deep ball. PAT by Nagar is good. Back to this year, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, the Mountain West, and the MAC. At least they won't play in the fall. Plans to play in the spring. I think Danny Ford was, what, 33, 34 when he won with Homer Jordan? Bouchel downfield. There's the deep ball. Hits Rice in stride. 9 yards for Rice, his second career 100-yard game. McDaniel bulldozes inside of the 20. Mistake in that game, didn't you?
Finished my undergrad at EKU and went to grad school at Marshall.
TJ McDaniel inside the 10, and Tornadoes down to the 6.
Taylor, number 18, the linebacker, reaching in, grabbing whatever he could.
2 tight ends, 1st and goal from the 3. Bouchel, naked bootleg, and he'll coast in.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
He got the perfect play call. That's got to drive a coach crazy.
For some of that as well, making sure everybody's lined up accordingly.
1st and goal from the 8. McDaniel searching for running room and tripped up. Daniel get into trouble when he tries to go east-west.
Correct. Yeah, he's not going to be a guy that's going to outrun you.
Bouchel wants 6. Broken up.
Well defended play. Boy, that penalty was huge. Look at where we're at right now.
Remember, SMU's kicker, Chris Nagar, has not attempted a field goal in college. McDaniel powering through, the ball comes out, and Texas State comes up with it. SMU takes over at the Bobcats 44. Bouchel checks down to McDaniel, and we finally have a play that we're in the 4th quarter. Again, teams have not had the practice time that they usually do. Some of this sloppy play, is that a result of conditioning?
Not so much conditioning maybe as barrier, but I think a lot of it has to do with how often have you gone live, how often have you been in tackling drills, and how much have you limited that in this circumstance of knowing you're not going to have all of your best bodies all the time.
After the first down run by McDaniel, he gets it once more, this time going east-west, and picks up 3. Debut that the coaches decided you will no longer redshirt.
That's what we all love about the redshirt rule. Let's test them out, see what they can do. If they can help us, we'll know, and we'll move on.
Play clock down to 4. Bouchel slings it to Page. And he's Page outstanding in the classroom. 3.9 GPA in finance. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And Tamarick Williams into the game at running back. Williams gets the call. Surges ahead. Bouchel will hand it off. Granson driven back. And judging from the spot, they're not the run game.
Yeah, they knew what they had in the offensive line, but how could they sustain consistency in the run game here in the last couple of series? But I like the approach right here, Anish, because now is when you've got to
3-4 opportunities here to put this game away.
Absolutely. But they've made errors that have kept Texas State in it.
McDaniel looked like he was going to get thrown for a loss. Turns that now. But if you struggle to run against Texas State, what about against other teams in a pretty good American Conference? Now Bouchel can do this. Incomplete for Page.
There is no ball for pass interference. The ball was uncatchable.
was that.
For the officials as well.
So 3rd and 8 now. McDaniel splits wide. 4-man rush. Buechele gets rid of it. He's picked off. Grid Isidore with the interception. And SMU turns it over again. Never called, though. 1st and 10 from the 20. McDaniel, 125 yards rushing, including a touchdown, but he also fumbled into the end zone. McDaniel picks up 3, maybe 4, 2nd down.
Right now.
In this quarter alone, SMU had a ball fumbled into the end zone by McDaniel. They had a touchdown taken off the board on a penalty. Denied on 4th down from the Texas State 20 and threw another interception. McDaniel to the 15. It sets up 3rd and 5. TCU or SMU is playing in a conference championship.
Do you run that risk?
Why play in that game?
No doubt.
And that's a rivalry game. Buechele under pressure, throws it up, and he's lucky that landed incomplete. First career field goal attempt for Chris Nagar, the grad transfer from Texas. And he drills it. Coming up next, SMU was a 3-touchdown favorite today, and Texas State pushed them almost to the brink.